2, 1.
Countdown, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with the 10th anniversary CTF Cup quarterfinals. We just saw one match coming up, and this is going to be our second one. Arkham Asylum on the right side, Shot Callers on the left. Quick, there you go, Blimpo running that flag. Quick piston straight out to mid. Not going to have any cover waiting for him, however. You can expect both teams now with no initial flag runs going anywhere. They're going to be waiting on these power-ups. You got this 100 armor in mid is going to be extremely important. Try to fight your way across. Hector grabs it. Looks like he took a bunch of damage in the process, though, so it may not actually play a role. Looks like we've got Tida playing D for the blue team. What you're going to see is he's going to be playing up high. There's a lot of, like, the fastest route across the map is pretty much to go in high. You're going to have a lot of attackers coming in there. So Tida is pretty much going to sit up there. He knows he's going to die a lot. He's just going to try to do as much damage as possible and try to control that top platform area. You can see how much you can disrupt the defense by owning that area and really taking pot shots at the defenders. What they're going to do is a top-bottom split, maybe kind of, you can look at it forward-back too if you want, but basically have one guy up top there raining down lightning gun shots, and then you're going to have another person back on the flag. And the key to watch too is whether these defenders that play up top, in this case Tida, will have the presence of mind to turn around to cut off flag carriers. Right now, you're going to see Red getting out in front, and there's a smart move by Tida. He actually pulls out the piston to try to just cut him off. Gets the kill and the return. Smart move there by Tida. Again, with these really narrow paths in this match, or map, you have to be careful about that. You can definitely cut off a flag carrier just by physically body blocking them. Especially if you pull out that piston, you can pulverize them. So a slow start. This can be a very slow-paced map, just because there are so many choke points to get into the base, and then it's pretty easy for the defense to cut you off again crossing through the map. See a smart move there by Tida. You can bet he's dropping that translocator up by that 50 armor, and I believe he had a teammate call in that incoming high because he turned around before he even got there. I'm trying to make use of that long-range weaponry. So I'm going to switch now because this is pretty much what we're seeing from the blue team is standard defensive formation here. Red team is going to have to come in 3 at a time, really just try to overwhelm them. So we see Blimpo though pushing into mid, or excuse me, pushing into high, trying to fight his way into mid. Body may go out that front door. Actually gets a headshot for cover. Getting out high. There's his cover. Now he's going to have a chance to piston across this midsection if he wants to. Goes straight up there. Doesn't make the full jump, but Zeos pushes up. So the red defense pushing up to try to seal this base. Get back into his own base. And he can piston to his flag here. Picks up the armor en route. Blue's going to have one more chance. Flick gets it moving. They're going to have to kill him. Red team needs to collapse in their base right now, though. As Blimpo is all by himself behind his flag. Only 17 health. He needs some cover right now. Flag goes down. Return, but a nice pickup there by Hector, saving that cap. But his team needs to rally around it right now and try to get this return. Blimpo is still in bad position. Blue are all around him. Nobody from Red is covering him. He goes down. So a great move by Hector, able to steal that flag away and just buy time for his team, and they catch up to him. Get that return. It's one you want to keep note of because that was a big swing right there. Shot callers should have had a cap. They didn't. And we'll see if that ends up costing them in the long run. Said, I believe we're going to have 100 armor. I don't know if it was delayed due to any of those fights, but that should be coming up next 10 seconds or so. Blimpo definitely waiting on it. See him waiting under this sort of awning here, trying to just sneak in and grab it. Oh, take as little damage as possible. Huge flak primary comes out. Who was it that had that? There we go. So Flick going to sneak in, try to grab this flag. Takes immediate damage, gets disrupted. And he's really going nowhere fast. Chowie doing a good job of disrupting that flag carrier movement. Switch over to Zeos now. I think we're going to be watching a lot of defenders on this map just due to how defensive heavy of a game it is. Zeos doing the same thing that Tida was doing, I believe. You see him with the posthumous flak ball kill. Takes him out. But yeah, he's going to be playing high base. Looks like they're going to have Chowie back on the flag, sort of in pursuit more. Not a whole lot of threat coming out. In fact, Zeos, I thought he might leave the flag there. Kind of an awkward position. Chowie probably will sit back on this flag there. You see Zeos dropping his trans, pushing forward. We saw him push way up to this high area to help with that flag carry coming in before. He would not surprise me to see him push forward to try to disrupt blue team trying to get these 100 armors. And you see him coming back with that translocator and instantly finding himself back in a defensible position. That's just smart use of the mechanics. It's something not a lot of defenders really learn how to do effectively. It does make you vulnerable though, because if an enemy player finds out where you're leaving your trans, it can destroy it, and then whenever you try to translocate back, you die instantly. So it's a risky move, but it's extremely effective. It makes you so much more mobile, and I think that really that mobility that Zeos adds to his fragging ability is one of the reasons that he's become one of the better defenders around. And things like that, like dropping your trans, it's a skill worth learning. So blue coming in, and the problem they're having is they're not able to really come in as a unit. They're coming in one at a time, just getting separated and destroyed. So right now, both defenses being pretty dominant. We'll go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard. You see, not even double digits, barely double digits for any of the offensive players. Looks like Edmonds is going to be playing for Arkham Asylum, back on the flag, trying to keep things protected. And there you see Red Team coming in with 3 people and absolutely overwhelming their defense. That's tough to stop. Blue, though, running across mid, so both flags are going to be across mid. Flick's going to be back in his own base with tons of health and armor. I don't know how he got out that healthy, but this is problematic for the Red Team. Just runs it right back to his base, and so I don't know if he snuck across. Red Team lost track of him or what, but he's still completely stacked. I mean, for this map, there's not a whole lot of extra armor and health everywhere. He can go right back on the attack again. Looks like he's going to opt to try to clear out the base. So we'll just stick with Flick here, because he's still going to be the best candidate to grab this flag. As blue takes the lead about a quarter of the way in the game. Duel with the defender. When you've got armor stacked up, though, you typically want to wait and allow your cover to go in and disrupt. I'm sure that's what he's trying to do. Oh, he loses that lift. That's gonna cause him all kinds of headaches. You are so vulnerable whenever you don't hit that lift. That flag's gonna get returned. See Borberod trying to cover himself out of the base, not really doing anything there. Let's switch back to Edmonds. We're going to see him playing. Looks like he's going back and forth between being behind the flag on those rockets and sometimes pushing up to that front door. Might be an adjustment based on where he's seeing the red team shot callers coming in to attack from. Trying to time that combo. He heard Borberod behind him. Borberod, I think he might have been waiting for some cover, for some help to come in. Would have been a good move. Didn't work, though. But getting one kill. Going to probably take some damage from Tida, though. He's got to fight his way. Takes out Tida, but now he's got a minigun on him. He's probably going to go down quickly. Needs some help. Someone coming up to the pickup. Not really seeing anything, and I'm not really seeing either team doing a great job of syncing up their offense right now. And that's what's allowing these defenses to just completely dictate this game, is that they're coming in 1-2 at a time. If you can drop 3 people in on the enemy flag, you see Zeos going on a rampage now. I guess we might as well follow him for that. Trying to track down that flag here. Looks like he went straight out to that main door. Kind of an odd flag run here, as his cover's not even around. So Zeos sees that the enemy cover is still in his base. He's going to presume that he's just hiding in his base. However, I don't know if that presumption is correct. Looks like Red Team did finally catch up to their flag, but... Or did they? That was maybe their flag carrier, so Blue completely snuck around here. Where is he? He's going to be coming in his high, so I'm not sure what route he took, but Chowie there with the cutoff gets 1 kill. Looks going to have to just jump right into them. It takes tons of damage. Can they take him out of midair? Oh, he makes a jump to his flag stand. You can't let that happen if you're the Red Team. You have to get that grab. So, absolutely just losing the red defense right there, completely sneaking across this map. And that's what I was talking about. That's why you sometimes might want to put an extra person dedicated on offense to just dropping back and locating the flag carrier. Maybe not necessarily dropping back every time, but just trying to make sure you keep them bottled up and they don't get away from you like that, because that was a really easy cap by blue team right there. That was really just built on capitalizing on the mistakes of red. That said, still plenty of time in this map. Only the halfway point. Oh, some nice flag coming out there by Edmonds. Flag ball and flag primary both perfectly timed. I'm gonna watch him chase down the flag runner. It's like that's gonna go down. You know, we'll switch to Tida. Watch the top defender getting that placement up there. You see him putting that translocator, dropping it in a spot that's hard to see. See him, wow, great use of it right there. Completely juking Beck, getting a free kill on him from behind. Didn't just save him, it allowed him to get a free kill. And what it also does is it allows him to put his translocator in a spot that's not easily vulnerable. Like, enemy players aren't going to see it very easily from that spot, so they can't kill it. So it's a bit safer. Of course, it also allows you to be a little sneakier. However, Tida losing track of the flag carry. This is kind of what we saw this last cap from blue side. Red's getting all the way up into their base. We're going to switch over to Hector, who's got an... Oh, Hector gets headshot through his shield. He's really just trying to deny the cap here. Oh, great cover coming out. Smart move pulling out that minigun. So Hector's actually going to be moving with this. Ooh, barely avoids that combo. He's going to go down. They get this return. It looks like they're set in position to cap. Oh, great timing by Blimpo. Right on top of that stand. Right, and you saw what Blimpo did there. He left his translocator on the enemy flag stand. He's one of the few people that think to do this. Get some revolving door offense going. He was hoping to find blue team out of position and get another grab going. Blue team, though, to their credit, was right back in position to stop that. A lot of times defenders will lose a flag cap and stick around an enemy base to try to get some kills and maybe facilitate a rebound cap. That does, it leaves you vulnerable to things like that, where the enemy offense will leave their translocator in your base and all of a sudden they're off to the races again. Credit to Arkham Asylum's defense for keeping things under control, not losing two caps there. See the robot pieces flying off from there. I do want to watch Tida as he tries to track this down. Some goo coming out. Blimpo with three blue behind him, 4 all over Blimpo. However, this does mean that if he gets into his base, they can seal behind him. Blue completely committed to this return. They don't get it. Zeos gets the pickup though, and he needs some help. Oh, Blue won that one. They were a little bit lucky there. If he would have survived a couple more seconds up that staircase, he would have been able to turn that corner. It would have been smooth sailing back to his base. As Blue got caught out a little bit, they were all behind the flag carrier right as he passed through mids. So a bit unfortunate there for shot callers, not able to convert that one. They have been getting this flag moving a reasonable amount though. And I'm curious to see what exactly Beck has been doing. I think they've been using Blimpo as the main flag runner. Maybe Beck just going into disrupt. See Blimpo grabbing that flag. Beck actually trying to catch up to him now. So Blimpo, I think, actually outran his cover here. So Beck just turned around trying to kill the pursuers. Not quite going to work. Don't know what the timing of this 100 armor is, but I think this is going to start being a bigger focus. It's got to start being a bigger focus for the red team if they want a chance to tie this game up. I'll watch Hector run this flag, see if he can dance around a bit. Goes straight up out high, and nobody there from the red team to stop him. Chowie goes down, Zeos goes down, double kill by Hector. Multi-kill coming out to mid. He's got the 100 armor up. He needs to go grab that right now. He does. And now he's in a very vulnerable position. So a smart move by the red team. What they actually did there was drop back. Ooh, you see Flick with a nice juke there. I think he inadvertently missed that jump. He knew he was going to miss it, so he landed on that light post up there, the light fixture up there to try to juke the defense. Didn't work. Both flags going down. And as is often the case with camper crossings, both flags returned. We'll watch Revo dance around here. He's not going to last very long to Chowie and Zeo's 12 health. Once again, though, I do want to go and see how some of these offensive players are setting themselves up. Watch Hector for a minute. Is that... Okay, I thought that might have been his own flag ball. It was like, that is an interesting way to set up your flag run. Number just got taken. We're going to need to switch to that, see what happens with it. Chowie looking pretty solid on defense. Blimpo's got this flag. Oh, what was that? Oh, a telefrag. Okay, I thought that might have been some sort of grenade lightning gun combination. Telefrag Negates that 100 armor instantly. Well, let's watch Blimpo if he tries to get any armor and set things up. Oh, is that a headshot? Must have been. Blimpo hasn't seen where Taida is leaving his flag, or his translocator, I should say. Right up top there in that archway. Very hard to see. If he can start getting wind of that, so he hits him with a mid-air rocket, might be able to punish him for that. There's a headshot, so tons of damage coming out by Blimpo, but he needs help in this base. There you finally see 3 red coming in there. They're gonna, Blimpo's gonna go down, but imagine Beck or Borberad will be grabbing this flag. That's blue team backed up. Looks like Beck actually opting to just keep disrupting the blue defense. That's gonna give Blimpo a chance to grab this flag untouched. He'll get out to mid, probably try to piston across this open area into his front door. Nope, he stays to the side. It's gonna be risky. He's gonna try to get to the elevator. Doesn't work. Click now. Just back in red base. We'll see what he can make happen here. He's going to delay. He's only got 5 health. Maybe waiting for a teammate to pass his flag to. See, under 4 minutes to go. Red team getting kind of desperate for a capture. They need to start thinking about pushing an extra man on offense because they really need to tie this one up. It's such an easy map to fall back and play defensively on that they really need to get this flag moving. And you know what? Blimpo's had this flag moving. He's been able to get to, say, the entrance to mid. I think Red Team has had a little bit of an issue with their cover not being in position, kind of what we saw from DTF on Arcanostre a little. They did a great job with their cover, anticipating their flag running routes on Vault City, you know, a map they were familiar with. I think being a little less familiar with this map, some of those intangibles come into play. You see virtually no pressure coming in though on the flag here, and finally you see Red. Okay, they were setting up, trying to get everyone in there. Blimpo grabs the flag. Great distraction by his teammates, but good job by the blue team not allowing themselves to be distracted. Go after the flag runner. They knock him down. He had a ton of health. He's still looking all right. They're going to cover behind him. He's going to get out to mid. And watch him going up high. He's probably thinking about pistoning across. Oh, he misses the piston, so he's going to be a little bit vulnerable here. 11 health coming up. He's probably going to need a pickup here. They get it. Werberad's got it. They need a couple more kills to get back in his base. He actually runs away, which may be a risky move. He separated himself from the defenders, but he also separated himself from his cover. But it turns out it's going to work out. Rockets kill him on the stand. There's the return by Flick. Wow. Red team not able to seal their base again. That's 2 caps that they've had denied on the flag stand. And with 2 minutes left to go, they've got to be thinking all-out offense again. But right now, they should have the lead in this match. Or I should say in this map. And we'll see if that comes into play the overall match. This isn't their map choice. Keep in mind, this is Arkham Asylum's map choice. Expect them to have the advantage on this map. This is a map they're definitely going to be more familiar with. But man, it's got to be frustrating if you're shot callers right now. Having 2 caps absolutely denied by 1 person on the stand. It should be ahead right now, but you have plenty of time. You have about a minute and a half. You can set up a couple more flag runs. This isn't a fast map, so you've got to make them count when they do get in. What worked well last time is they waited. They set up all of their offense to come at the same time. That worked well. Zeos up here getting a cap. I think they may have lost track of enemy flag carrier, and there you see Hector still in their base. He knows that he doesn't have to cap this flag. All he has to do is run out the clock. Every second the flag is in his hands, his team is winning. He's going to chill in mid. Blimpo's still trying to get out of blue base. Blue is completely swarming him. It's going to go down. That flag's going to get returned. And Hector exposing himself a little bit. It looks like he's getting ready to go up there and try to get that cap. But red team should be all over the base. Blue does a good job of sealing. That's going to put it away. 3-1. Man, if you're shot callers, you got to be saying to yourself, this should be 3-3 at worst. That's how it works. You got to seal those bases, especially a base that's as easy to seal as this one. So, I mean, red team really, in large part, outplaying the blue team, except for those critical moments when you're back in your base, fighting to keep it clear. So, 3-1 is going to be, I believe, your final score here. AA, perhaps with a surprise, going up, taking this first map, which
30 seconds left.
is so vital because, like we saw last map, you can actually choose the maps as opposed to the group stages. You have to take advantage of that. I'll flip through the stats. I don't really think the 100 armors played a huge role.
20 seconds.
But it looks like, yeah, you saw 10 go into Blimpo, their flag carrier. Much of the rest going to A. I mean, pretty good balance as far as the armors go.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Actually, a really, really evenly
5,
played map, and Blue just able to get those clutch returns,
1.
just denying Red 2 times. And that was the story of the map.
Is the winner.
That said, Shot Callers does have their map choice coming up next, Pistola. So stick around and we'll see if they change that around. So here we are, map 2. Maybe someone in, if anyone in Twitch chat has any enlightenment here. Was Pistola played very much in the European side? I know it became a really popular map towards the mid to late game in North America. Definitely one of the 5 to 6 most popular maps. I'm curious to see, although we see a change there. Razor coming in now. Try to get a little bit more flag running going. Pretty much going to replace Borberad 1-for-1. I do think we've seen Razor running the flag, or with the flag, in his hands a little bit more. Blimpo was basically running it alone last map, just having Beck and Borberad doing doing more cover and defensive disruption. This is one of those maps, however, where Blimpo will play a heavily mid-favoring role, where he will basically try to control the power-ups in mid, the 100 armor down low here, amp up top here. And since there's only 2 entrances and exits to base, the fights in mid to slow down flag carriers are so vital. It wouldn't shock me, honestly, it wouldn't shock me to see Blimpo play a purely mid role here. Razor, I think, can run the flag solo. I think what you might see is, say, a standard setup would have someone, say, Beck, basically control enemy 50 armor area here, and then go in with your flag runner and just try to disrupt and distract the defense, and then a guy like Razor grab the flag, piston out to mid, and then have Blimpo waiting to set up your cover. You'll typically do that right out that quick 50 armor exit 90% of the time, and then every once in a while you'll switch it up and go out minigun just to keep the defense honest, or if you see them over committing. I'm honestly not sure what to expect out of blue team. I don't think they need to do anything any different. This is another map. Pistola is actually an interesting map because depending on how teams prioritize and how they position themselves, you can see relatively high-scoring games on this map. I mean, you can see 7-5 cap games on this map. on the regular, or you can also see really long overtime games end up being 1-0 if teams decide to play extremely defensively. It's really, I would say, watch for whether players decide to drop back and when they decide to drop back. An offensive player is going in and they have to choose between dropping back to try to slow down a flag carrier or pushing forward to try to get the other team's flag moving. That is a really, really important decision on this map, and especially keep track of which way they go. Give you just a quick example. If you're an offense, your enemy flag carrier is fighting over there across the map by your rockets. You need at least one guy going around the long way. You need to send him through minigun and go outside of all the choke points that are being fought over and get this flag moving. And sometimes matches can be won or lost by whether you sneak anyone around and get those flags off the stand to give your team time to get a return. That's so important in a map, especially one with like a big radial base like this, where if you just have one guy sneak around the backside, you can completely run around all that cover. So it looks like we're just about ready to go here. Razor, the only one not readied up, and you know, he did just come in off the bench, so could be that he quite literally needs to warm up. Looks like we're just about ready to go. Or perhaps Razor is just playing with my emotions. There we go. Players are readied up. This is going to be your UT2k4 10th anniversary CTF Draft Cup Playoffs quarterfinals, Map 2, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here. We've got Arkham Asylum versus Shot Callers. Map 2, we just saw game on Camper Crossings that Shot Callers perhaps believes they should have come away with. Couldn't quite keep their flags or get their flags home. They got denied twice on the stand by clutch returns by Arkham Asylum. That was AA's map choice, though, and now you see a quick, successful run here by Shot Callers, getting all the way up to mid. You see Zeos pushing out. They're entirely committed to pushing this, getting this flag across the map. Blue team, however, just able to out-frag them. A pretty solid early run there, and it looks like we are going to see Razor running that flag. We did see Amp taken. Let's see who grabbed that. That could be extremely important due to how tight the choke points are in this map. One good amp run can single-handedly cover a flag run all the way home. And it looks like, based on how Blimpo is playing here, he's maybe not going to be so interested in grabbing the flag as disrupting the defenders and allowing Razor to run. I'd be interested to see if he decides to do more falling back, or if he stays in the enemy base the whole time, and what Beck does as a result. As it is, let's go back and watch some flags. Actually, let's watch the 100 armor. Red team completely clearing it out. Click might jump in here and try to steal it. Zeos, you got the whole red team. I mean, their defense even pushed out. Zeos will do that. We'll watch him in a minute once this 100 armor... Wow, 5180. You can get so stacked in this map in the base, and that's one thing to keep an eye out for. Zeos pushing all the way across the map, so... Red team evidently believes that blue is going to be extremely defensive. They're willing to push a defender all the way into the enemy base, try to clear a path for their flag runners. Allows him to get out to mid. That pickup is going to get grabbed. Razor's going to have Amp around him. I don't know if it's going to be cover or return. Amp cover on him. He's going to be pushing across so Red team can fight their way across. Need to get pickups here. They do have Amp cover. Amp finally goes down, but they're going to be back on their half of the map. This is going to give them the respawn advantage. Not going to get that last second return. Razor's got a clear patch of his flag. He can piston there if he wants to. He does. Oh, gets denied on the stand. A little bit of deja vu there, but they, this time, clear the base. Pulled that one across. Red basically played 4 offense for that cap. We'll be very interested to see what happens here on Outnode. Now that Red has the lead, Blue really doesn't have the luxury of playing super defensive like that. Let's go jump into blue base, though, and see what it looks like. I imagine you've still got Taida and Edmonds on D. Looks like they're actually doing sort of a left-right split. Not quite sure what they're split. Oh, let's see. It looks like Flick is back on defense, too, so it looks like they might actually be playing 3 dedicated defense here. Maybe their goal is just to keep it close and then think they can maybe put on the aggression late in the map, try to pull across a couple lucky ones. But as it is, slowing the game down this much really is just going to leave yourself vulnerable to, again, like we just saw, occasionally Zeos can push all the way across the map. All of a sudden you got 4 people fragging you in your base, especially when they've got amp. That's going to be extremely difficult for Blue to really push the front lines back into red base. Especially now that they're down by 1, they need to start thinking about a cap here. Blue's going to have this flag moving. Good cover there by Beck, getting in the way. Blue's going to drop back. Lippo's got a one-on-one with him with a flak, though, so he can take him out. He can keep moving. Ooh, Blue jumps right down by him. Oh, nice pickup there by Razor. They're going to push across his Under Armour. He's got cut off by 2, though. Need the pickup, couldn't quite get it. And it would be interesting to see if any of those red flag carriers choose to use this tricky piston jump. You can piston up these rocks. It'll actually push you right up to minigun. What we've seen by the blue team is every time red gets out to mid here, blue goes across on the other side of the 100 armor to cut them off. And maybe overcommitting to that, which would allow them to be caught off guard if the flag carrier pistons up there and goes in his minigun. Just something to watch out for. Not sure how comfortable Razor or even Blimpo are with that jump, but it's extremely useful for that one purpose. I'm going to watch Chowie for a minute just to illustrate just how defensive blue team is being. Typically on this map, you have to send at least one person on offense all the time. I should say one person straight into the enemy base all the time, because you have so many vials in this base that if you don't stay aggressive, enemy defenders are going to be completely stacked. 50 armor, 199 health like we see from Chowie. And so any attacker that comes in, if they just send one attacker in, he's going to have to beat Chowie one-on-one when Chowie's got 50 over 199. That's going to just be impossible, although, again, Chowie has yet to see a single attacker come in. Now, you don't want to push them all the way out to mid. It's a dangerous proposition because you don't want to give up a free flag grab. But what we're seeing from red is they're pushing all the way out to mid. I mean, they're pushing Zeos. They're on flag D, or they're 4D, I should say, all the way out to mid. See him headshotting that 100 armor down. And it looks like what he's going to do basically is just try to control mid from his side, which isn't a bad move. You can sort of selectively push forward. Again, you can drop your translocator, you can come back into base. And he really has no threat. And that's the problem that blue is going to see here, is when you play super defensively like this, you still need to have the threat of an offensive push. Like every once in a while, blue needs to push 3 people around the side and just be in their base to cause Zeos to stay honest and push back, but they're not doing that. Trickling 1 or 2 people at a time out through mid, and while that may keep their flag relatively secure, they're already down, and it allows the other team to just push across mid. It's really not going to do you any favors. So we'll stick around with this blue flag. It's going to make it very easy to spectate because one flag's going to be moving at a time. What will be interesting to see is if the red team can keep controlling these power-ups with blue playing so defensively in their base. Because if they can come in and get multiple people with 100 armors and get their amp involved, that will be a really big way to push through and break through this defense. And you see that amp running out. Looks like they had used that amp to kind of disrupt the front of blue's base. Not a bad idea. You don't necessarily want to come into this tight area with your amp. You're usually better off having your cover sit maybe at one of the front, either the minigun door or this door. Red team, you can see, having trouble even getting the flag grabbed. Who's going to grab it? He's got no cover around him. Might be behind him. He could get to this 50 armor, which will give him a few more seconds of life. Nope, gets torn apart by that flak. And so red team's probably getting a little frustrated right now, but again, they do have the cap lead. This is not like group stages where numbers of caps matter. Either win or lose each map. Right now, Shot Callers well on their way to forcing a tiebreaker. But, oh, Razor, with the jump, he actually got up there before he went down, but nobody able to get that pickup. See Blimpo leaving his translocator. What he might even do, well, actually, it looks like he has cover on him, so he's probably just going to run this traditionally. Nice cover behind him. Combo coming out. Blippo's going to be in mid. Oh, a good pickup there. So what they're going to have to do is relay this around. If the other team is going to be super defensive, have your translocator out. Get those pickups. Because right now, if Beck can get into his base, he's going to have a free run to his flag. Blippo with this pickup. Amp cover still on him. If they can get one more round of kills, can't quite do it. 1 or 2 kills short, and that would have been another cap. It's like most of these amps are going to the red team, however, and that's just... It's just going to make it that much easier for them to break through this defense. And, you know, red team, again, maybe just hoping they can pull across a lucky one towards the end, but as of now, not seeing anything happening. Blippo's got this flag moving fairly frequently now, even though he doesn't have any stacked health. I'll be interested to see if he tries to pull out any trick jumps. There are a couple ways you can cross it in this map relatively quickly if you can get out there. And I wonder if power-ups are coming up. Doesn't look like it. I haven't heard the timing of the amp yet. Just going to keep up with this blue flag now. Oh, red flag actually got moving for a second, so Chowie dispatched him very quickly. Again, probably completely stacked on health and armor, so anyone from the blue team going in for a grab is going to have their work very much cut out for them. And everybody on the blue team cooperating for that one. Ooh, amp just got taken. I bet it was red team because blue was all on the return. See it? I think it was Beck with it. Yep, it's going to be Beck with this amp. See if he can clear the defense. See metal shards flying everywhere from these robots. Not going to go anywhere there. Couldn't quite get out the front door. I think what they're really going to need, they're going to need a speed run. In other words, they're going to need to have cover set up, but they're going to need someone to grab and piston straight out that 50 armor door. As with 3 to 4 people in base, you're not going to be able to juke defenders in this map. Beck with nice time. He has cover behind him. He's going to get out to mid. He can piston straight up to high. Oh, he gets headshot instantly, but they still have this flag moving. Should be an instance where I would expect Blippo to maybe try a piston move. Doesn't have the health for it, so he's going to drop this flag down here. Nice pickup there by Razor. This is what they need to do. Just relay the flag. Allow your teammates to get kills. He's going to piston straight towards his base. Hoping for a pickup now. He's probably going to go down. Blue team getting decimated, though. Blue's only got one in their base. Razor goes down. Nice pickup by Blippo. They only have one more kill to get. He's going to piston to a stand. That's going to make it 2-0. It's about halfway through this map, but that's what you got to do if you're red team. You're going to count on going down. You're not going to be able to sneak through a wall of 4 to 5 people. So, you know, you just got to have someone ready. And there's another amp getting picked up by red team. Let's see who got it this time. It was Beck last time. And Beck this time. See him with that headshot, or that amped LG. Unfortunately, his flag runner ran away from his amp cover, so a bit of a miscommunication. He'll be able to cover himself into mid. Still has amp. Getting a third kill there. He's going to get this 100. Oh no, Zeos had to take the 100 armor, so a smart move though. You don't want to give it up to the enemy team either. But they're going to be well in position here. Probably need one more pickup. Yep, he goes down. There's one more pickup. Razor needs a couple more cover kills and he can get into his base. He's getting pushed the wrong direction. He needs to get here some cover so they can get a pickup. Blue team now is all over red base, so red needs to be patient here. They don't want to push right in and get killed immediately. So a smart move by Razor, picking up health. He's got vials all around him in this base. Redvin sneaks around, gets some damage in on him, but not enough. Blue's still all over red base, however. And it looks like red's gonna get in their base, but Flick now just strolling across mid. Oh, sure, he finally gets that return. Limpo jumps to the base, 3-0. And with 8 minutes to go, looks like we're pretty much just gonna be playing this one out. Oh, red flag finally moving again. So Flick deciding to actually play some offense. And Chowie says, finally I have something to do. Chowie has 4 deaths this game. He's pushing out to mid now. I mean, that's how bored he is. He's dropping a transit base and pushing all the way out to mid. Well, I'm not sure if this strategy by the blue team is basically just to get in the minds of shot callers. Maybe this is basically their way of protesting the map. Yeah, I'm not going to watch Chowie. Looks like there's even some chat going on. Oh, a nice double kill by Blimpo there. Maybe try to get a multi. There's the multi. Goes down from behind. Heard the blood splattering all over the place. Beck's going to try his hand, but he gets cornered with combos. Not going to break a D doing a solo run. However, 7 minutes to go. I mean, I hate to say this one is over, but I don't see Blue pulling any miracles here. They would basically have to change their formation and all of a sudden start getting this flag moving. And even if they do, Red Team would have time to drop back their D and still have Chowie and Zeos playing defense. So I don't think Blue Team was definitely... They were definitely an underdog in this map to begin with, but certainly playing 3 to 4 defense isn't helping the matter. Blimpo gets cut off in mid, but he's going to be able to piston. He's probably going to piston all the way back in his base at this point. Yep, there's one. Be able to piston straight to his stand from right here. This is going to make it 4-0. Unless anyone from Blue can pull a magic headshot, not going to happen. Blimpo comes across, makes it 4-0. You saw him with that revolving door offense. Blue's defense is not set up. I think Hector might even be chatting. Blimpo tries to get the free headshot. Oh, gets cut off at 100 armor. Nice pickup there. So Red Team getting multiple pickups on that 100 armor, not quite able to push it forward. 5 minutes to go, so we're in the last quarter of this game. And Blue's got more people in mid than I've seen in quite a while. That's going to give Blimpo a chance to get out there. He's probably going to get cut off. He does have some cover. Runs right into him, though. It's a bit of a body block. See Beck body blocking him as well, just for good measure. A nice pickup by Beck. It's good awareness by Beck. Actually, it's a small thing, but you notice how he just immediately, instinctively backed right into that pickup. He didn't have to turn around and locate it. He knew exactly where he was compared to the flag. Just picked it up naturally and smoothly. Was still able to cover himself while doing that. So one of those small things that individually doesn't necessarily look, it doesn't show up on the highlight reel or any stats or anything, but it's the kind of thing that you learn through experience that that can make a big difference. Just general awareness of what's going on in the game. So now we're going to see 5-0. This one essentially over, but I don't know. We'll follow someone. We'll follow Chowie. We'll see if he can get any kills for us. If he has anybody to kill, I wouldn't be surprised to see Chowie going offense just out of boredom. You saw him with the telefrag. You know, telefrag returns are pretty much what he's known for. So it's nice that he was able to get one on stream for us. Given that he's got to be getting bored back here on defense, playing against 1 to 2 attackers at a time on a map where you can get so stacked on defense. Oh, Chowie's got a challenger, and in true Zeos fashion, sneaks in around the corner and headshots him. Seals his kill. Blimpo going down. Ooh, Beck going down. So that flag's gonna get returned. Don't think I had timing on any of the amps or hundreds, but you can bet that they're probably all going to the red team at this point. Have a 1-on-1 for the flag. Really, that's fairly rare given how much defense Blue has been playing. So Razor's going to go down. Tida was waiting for the cutoff. Red flag is kind of moving. A little bit. I mean, Hector was even kind of in position for cover. A little bit, until he turned around and started shooting people in mid. So Blue Team with an actual legitimate attempt at offense here with 2 people on offense. Setting new records. Taking new ground. However, they're going to run into their enemy flag carrier and amp cover, it sounds like. Going to try to get the return himself. Beck trying to get the return on their side. That's going to go back. Rebo's going to be the last line of defense. Oh, he's able to get that return. So a bit of a mistake there by Red Team. Too many of them fighting out in mid instead of falling back to their flag carrier. Not going to cost them anything in the long run, but you know, it's the kind of thing you don't want to practice bad. You want to be build yourself good habits, even if it's kind of garbage time. Okay, flag heading out to mid. Actually, got the flag almost across the halfway point of the map for the first time all game. Nothing doing. Razor's going to be running, and we'll give him some first-person view. In their primary flag runner. See what he's seeing as far as just the number of targets on his screen. I mean, kamikaze flagball coming in. And one thing that's interesting to note is the This was essentially a map where, I mean, other than the clutch returns that really cost shot callers on camper crossings, in theory, they were at a disadvantage on that map. It was a map they were definitely not as familiar with. This is a map that it looks like shot callers clearly more familiar with. The map, however, is going to be chosen by a process of elimination. Each team will take turns eliminating maps from the pool. That will determine what we play. So what's going to happen is this tiebreaker map is going to be a map that both teams are familiar with. It's going to be able to take out the ones that they're not familiar with, you know? So I'll be very interested to see what this tiebreaker ends up being, because I think that the map choices have been a huge factor in the match so far, and I'm very curious to see what we end up with. I imagine that'll happen in IRC in between these maps, so after this map I'm going to jump over there, and I guess I'll just let you know what's going on with it. It's all kind of academic at this point, just getting some grabs in. Chowie is still bored out of his mind. See Seals with a 57 positive net. I guess we'll watch him for the end here. Massive ping advantage. Again, due to shot callers playing 4 North American players. And it's worked out for him in this map. Of course, this being more of a North American-oriented map. I haven't really seen them hurt by the ping difference much at all. Unlike, say, Bob, who we saw in the previous match today, who had a really, really tough packet loss, just trickle to deal with. Zio's just popping out headshots.
20 seconds.
20 seconds left. I don't think Limbo's going to have time to get this one moving, but maybe Zeos can try to get another killing spree. I think that's all he's really going for at this point. So this map pretty much over before it started. But again, first map going to Arkham Asylum that they maybe shouldn't have won except for some clutch denials on the stand. So if you're Arkham Asylum, you can pretty much throw this map away. You kind of stole one in map 1. Give up the map choice of the other team, and now you've got this tiebreaker map, basically just resetting this this whole match, and we'll see what ends up getting played, and whether or not that's going to be a Eurocentric, American centric map could be intriguing. I don't know if they're going to do that decision making in the server or IRC though. So I'm just going to throw in some music for a second, and we'll see what we can find out.
1 minute remains.
Alright, looks like they're going to be doing this elimination in IRC, so I'll try to keep you up to date on that. Not going to be a whole lot to look at in the server here, as I'm sure everyone is all tabbed out watching the IRC. So I'll just pop up the splash one more time for you. Oops. Wrong button. Alright, so they're getting started with this in IRC. I wish that I would have known this conversation was going to happen ahead of time. I could have popped up an IRC window for me. Maybe I still can. Let's see what I can do here. Hey, there we go. That works. Okay, you guys can keep up with what we're seeing. You know what? I'm going to talk during this, so I'll leave that a little bit down. So there you see it. There's your map list. What's available? Of course, they've already played Pistola and Camper Crossings. And there's a big mix there. You see maps like Arcanostre, Sulfur, Breath of Steel. Maps definitely much more commonly played in Europe, Twin Tombs. So if you're Zeos, you know, you got a mostly North American team. Your best bet here is to try to get something like Vault City, Virility, and Brindle Keep. Infractuous or Orbital 2, I think it may be a second tier for them as far as what they would like. Interesting. Eliminating Twin Tombs is actually a map that has been played a little bit by North American players. In fact, you're immediately getting rid of Grindel, which is interesting because that's a map that I think both sides of the pond have played equally. So, kind of curious to see him eliminating that one as opposed to one that that they really wouldn't be very familiar with. Like, I don't know how much European folks have played Virility or Vault City. Certainly, you can imagine Zeos doesn't want to play Arcanostre, doesn't want to play Sulfur. Really, those are the two I think that would be the worst. Aquatica has been played in North America. It just fell out of favor. And Fractures is certainly common in North America. Citadel was common. Arcanostre. So Twin Tombs, Arcanostre, you can bet Sulfur is going to be the next elimination by Zeos. for Aquatica first. Okay. Hector gets rid of Anfractuous. Kind of curious because, again, Hector choosing a map that has been played equally by both sides. He may end up having to play UT99 Remake that I don't know how popular this has been in the European community. We've got chatception going on. You can see your own chat here. Although it's going to be delayed 30 seconds, so keep that in mind. Oh, there we go. Hector getting rid of Vault City. Not a shocker. Zeos has to get rid of Sulfur, unless he's got some strategic... There we go. Sulfur leaving. So Citadel, Orbital 2, or Virility, maps that could not be more different. Very, very intrigued to see. I think Orbital 2 benefits the playstyle of Europeans on the whole more. I don't know how much his specific team would prefer that. I'm thinking Hector probably would prefer Orbital 2 out of this list. Zeos would probably prefer Virility, so yeah, you see Citadel out. That's going to leave the last choice up to Zeos, and I think he's going to go with Virility. There you go. Zeos choosing Virility for the last map pick. And I'm honestly surprised to see Hector having not eliminated that one earlier. I think if I'm Hector, I'd probably rather play him on Grindlekeep or Anfractuous than I would on Virility, but we'll see how it goes. See the protesting already. Razor signing off IRC. I don't know if that was a disconnect or if he's gone for the night. We'll see who they put in as their fifth now. Hector doth protest, but I think we're going to see us some Virility here as the tie-breaking map. And I gotta say that in the grand scheme of things, I think that benefits Zeos. Or at the very least, I think it's a better outcome than was perhaps possible. That wasn't actually correct English, but. Put it this way, the outcome could have been way worse, because if you got a map like Sulfur, Arcan Ostre, something that these North American players aren't familiar with, that could have made the tiebreaker map really, really tough for them to really do anything with. Really is a map that I think they're going to be fine on. Getting people in the server here. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. Be back. Expect this final tie-breaking map to start within the next 5 to 10 minutes though. here we are. Second quarterfinal match of the night. Whoever wins this map will be moving on. Whoever loses will be eliminated. Got everything down to final 5 teams. So whoever wins this, moving on to the semifinals. Got 2 teams that have been awaiting the tops from each group. They'll be playing the teams that won these quarterfinals play-in games. Alright, looks like everyone's in the server. No substitutions, it looks like. So we're sticking with the same team. Razorhead dropped out of IRC, but I was wondering if it would sub someone in, but it looks like he was just disconnected. As it is, everyone's readied up.
8, 7,
ready to go for this tiebreaker game in the quarterfinals of the 10th Anniversary CTF Cup.
2, 1.
It's a countdown, and it's game time, baby. Con X5 here with Arkham Asylum versus Shot Callers. This will be your tiebreaker map. Expect an early grab attempt, probably by each team. You see Flick already grabbing Shot Caller's flag, dancing around in base. Shall we trying to get that telefrag? Not able to happen, but not going anywhere with that flag. We're going to switch back over. Both flags going down. That means you're going to see another fight now in mid over the power-ups. There's 100 armor down low. Razor grabs that. Didn't see who got amped, but we're going to follow Razor here and see he is their primary flag runner, Shot Callers. See if he can get something going here. He jumps right into some flag. That's not going to help him, but he's a teammate to help distract so that he can get out here with his armor. Does a good job timing those translocator throws. Oh, takes a flag ball to the face. Nice shot there by Revo. Gets that return. So I'm going to back up to some defense now. We're going to watch... Well, you know what? Let's just watch Blimpo run this flag. Getting out to mid, you expect a cutoff down there. Nice shot. It's going to switch up now. Pistons across mid, goes to the 100. Is it going to come up? It won't come up for another 10 seconds, so that's not an issue, but he does get it across the map. Razor with a nice pickup. He's going to be back in his shock. Piston into his stand. If they can keep this clear, he can piston straight to his flag room. They locked that one down, so unlike some of the issues we saw from Shot Callers on Camper Crossings, able to finish off that run, effectively clearing their base, keeping it sealed up. Quick early lead there by Shot Callers, and given that Arkham Asylum had some, well, they took issue with the way that these maps were chosen at the end. You wonder if that might play into their minds a little bit, especially after map 2 went, where Shot Callers really just ran all over them, and it was basically over before it began. That mental aspect, the momentum is definitely entirely Shot Callers' favor right now. You wonder if getting that early cap could really get inside AA's head and put them out of this early. It's going to be up to them to really push through that, try to keep focus here. Because you definitely don't want to overcommit. I mean, you're only down by 1 on a map where you can cap relatively quickly. So that amp runs out. It's like 100 armor should be up soon, unless it was already taken. I think it may have already been taken. Oh, no, it was delayed. So Razor grabs that. We're going to watch him going in. What will be interesting to see is if Blue plays with more presence in their own base and concedes some of the mid power-ups because of that, or if they decide to play more of a traditional role where they have 2 dedicated in their base and then maybe 1 in mid or a swingman between offense and defense. Lippo with a nice pickup here, completely getting just stuck. What do we got coming up here? About 10 seconds till this 100 armor. I'm not sure what the timing on the amp was. Let's go check and see if anyone's fighting over it. Like Beck holding it down. I'm not seeing a whole lot of Blue presence in mid. I think they might be playing super defensively again, putting maybe 2 to 3 people in it. Well, I say that again, and then now they have timing on the amp. We're going to watch Flick. He's going to be running in, playing offense with the amp. Seen not in time. Okay, well, I'm going to eventually, there we go. Not entirely unlike Pistola, Zeos will be pushing out to mid on this map. He does that normally, even when other teams are pushing 2 to 3 offense. So you can expect him to try to chase down people like Flick whenever they grab these power-ups, and he may have taken some damage already from people chasing him back. Only up to 51 health, not able to do anything with this amp. Sort of sitting outside red base, perhaps trying to knock down some offensive players on the way in. We're going to watch Zeos while we're at it because he's playing this forward defensive role that's going to allow him to push up, help with these flag runs, help break this defense from this big bottleneck outside their base. That's really the key point in this map, is getting flags out past that bottleneck. In fact, I'll illustrate it here. You leave the base, all of your exits and entrances are pretty much in a row right here. No matter how you come out, you're going to have a big fight here. You're going to have to fight your way through no matter what. Same way going back into your base. There's always going to be people waiting to cut you off. So those are the key sort of arenas that you're going to be seeing flag carriers either fail or succeed in. Blimpo pistoling across the map. Gets the jump to high lightning gun. That's going to allow them to clear behind him because the defense is going to be out of position. He's got enough health. If he can avoid these rockets, oh, sneaks in behind. Nice return. You saw him go around. Like I said on Pistola, you can get around and take the long route back to the enemy flag. Sometimes you can sneak around and steal one like that. Shot callers, couple of seconds and 1 piston away from making it 2-0. Zed gets returned. We've seen some really nice returns. Was that Flick again? It might have been Flick again. But either way, AA has definitely pulled some nice denials out so far this match, but they're still finding themselves down, and this is the third and final tiebreaker map. About a quarter of the way in, though, down by 1. Virility, you can cap relatively quickly if you get this flag moving. Who, though, has not really been putting much pressure. I'm not sure if they're just waiting to get power-ups, maybe push in with Amp and Hunter together, or if maybe they're doing what I thought they might have tried on Pistola, which is to say just try to keep it close and maybe hope to scrape one across at the end. But as it is, I mean, you look at Zeos here, and he's pushing all the way out to Amp because he pretty much has nothing else to do. Hate to say it, Chowie, but I'm probably not going to be following you much this game because he's probably just doing the same thing, sticking his base, getting 199 health and 50 armor just like he did on Pistola. Probably getting kind of bored. Looks like Amp might have been taken by red there. There it is. Beck, only 10 health, so he's going to try to push forward with it. And really needs to get his health up, though. Nope, he's going to go down from behind. Not able to turn anything out of it. With how defensive Blue is playing right now, I don't think the power-ups are necessarily going to play a huge role. I think it's going to be more a matter of whether red can do right what they're doing right here. Get pickups, coordinate their offense. You need to run patiently and allow your cover to catch back up. Because what's going to happen is your cover's going to die, and you got to give him about 5 to 10 seconds to get back to your position, and he'll push you back through the map. A little look at the scoreboard right now, and you know, Zeos, not having a whole lot of work in front of him. So we're pretty much going to be watching a lot of red offense right now, maybe some blue defense. Lopo's trying to dance around. He takes that lift. It's going to change his route. It's going to force the defense to try to cut him off. There's good anticipation of that flag run there. Oh, Hector's actually got this flag moving. He's going to have a one-on-one with Chowie. That's going to be difficult given that Chowie's probably been soaking up all those vials and that 50 armor. Zeos drops back too just to make sure it's bottled up. He's just going to be leaving out high. Has some cover. He's going to be able to get to mid. He can piston once if he wants to, but he doesn't really... He's got blue all in front of him. He's going to need to back up. Amp is up. He's going to grab that amp. And we'll see if he can make anything happen with it. One hit's going to take him down, though. Oh, almost got hit by a mid-air rocket there. Instead, he's going to fight his way back into base. One more man to kill. Oh, Hector sneaks in and gets that return. Again, problems from shot callers sealing their base. They should probably have 3 caps this map. Saw it cost them on camper crossings, but still up 1-0 here. Blue team has not really threatened with any flag runs yet. So if you're red, I mean, you pretty much just want to focus on playing your game and just try to eke out, build as big of a lead as possible, basically, so that this defensive strategy doesn't have time to take hold, because they're not going to be able to, you know, go all out and try to sneak one in at the end if you're already up 3 or 4 caps. That's what they did. That's what they did on Pistola. That's probably what they're looking to do here. Razor dodging really, really effectively. Has all kinds of fire being put down and great cover. He's going to be able to get back into his base, and once you get into your base, you can piston straight to your flag stand from any entrance, so this should be another cap. There it is. They finally get their second cap across. Effectively sealed behind the flag carrier that time, and Shot Caller's up 2-0. Short of halfway through this map. Let's go switch over to blue. I'm going to watch some of their defenders and see what things are looking like from their perspective. Looks like you've got tied. It sounds like 100 armor was taken. And it's going to be up top here, dueling Zeos. Come on, Zeos is the defender for red, though, so... got some amp cover coming in, it looks like. Nice combo there, but Beck's going to lay him down with that one. But again, to get out to that mid area, and that huge bottleneck is just completely inundated with blue. Titus sitting here. Getting snuck up on, but taking down one of the reds. And Flick grabbing the flag. We'll see if he makes anything happen with that. It seems like what he's doing is just from time to time popping in there. But credit to the red team, what they're doing is they're not losing their patience. Oh, blue now with a full offensive assortment now. 3 people. Actually, Edvin's running in, leaving defense to grab this flag. Maybe deciding that there's time to try to push forward. Razor, however, taking advantage and getting this flag moving. Be back in shock again. Once he turns this corner, he can piston straight to the flag. He anticipates a cutoff that doesn't happen. So a bit of a risky move there by Razor. We'll see if they can clear the base again. Looks like they do. Everybody grabs that flag. That's going to be one more cap. Bit of a risky move there, though, committing fully to stopping that cutoff that didn't happen. Almost got snuck up on from behind. As it is, doesn't really hurt him. Just past the halfway point, 3-0 shot callers. It's been all them this map. Chowie does see a couple attackers coming in now, so it looks like blue team might be actually running 3 full offense now. So it's up to the red team here to play I guess you'd say discipline and go back to their standard formation after moving some people forward. That said, red offense has been pretty dominant, and you know, with blue team not completely stacking their defense, it's going to be dangerous for them to try to push anyone forward. I mean, in all honesty, if you can cap this many times against heavy defense, you got to figure that the red offense is going to be pretty effective against a 2 or 3 defensive normal formation by the blue team. Oh, nice combo there by Zeos. Actually had to anticipate it incorrectly, and then once he was happy, nope, I do actually need to shoot over there. Harder than it looks, y'all. Beck's trying to get out shot. You can expect a huge cutoff in front. Rockets raining down. He goes down. Nobody there for the pickup. Limpo going dominating. He's going to grab that flag and lose that. And we're going to fall through the map because magic. Heard amp get taken. I presume it was red team. Certainly been dominating the power-ups. Don't see who it was. Might have gone down. Oh, no. Oh, it was actually Flick, so blue's offense coming in with amp. But not really such a huge hurry to make anything happen with it as it backs right off. Gets 1 kill, but what you're seeing from red is they're not being made uncomfortable. Red defense, essentially Chowie, has been comfortable the whole game. They haven't had anyone running in and pressuring them. As you see Razor with another cap. They haven't had people catching them out of position. They haven't had people coming there wearing them down and then grabbing, you know, while they run around and pick up health or weapons or whatever. That's how you really break a defense. And right now that's just not happening because blue's just not committing the resources. So while red flag has been moving a little bit from time to time, I don't think they've crossed the map once. In fact, I don't think Arkham Asylum has crossed the flag with the map past the halfway point since Camper Crossings. Just kind of indicative of how this match has gone. I mean, you got Chowie and Zeos on D, and then once they clear the 1 or 2 attackers, Zeos pushes way out in mid, because he can, and all of a sudden, if the 3 attackers from red can get out to mid, they've got an extra cover guy out there, and that's just what we're seeing. Razor here with the enviable task of trying to fight his way through 3 or 4 people every time. Now, you figure he's got to be getting frustrated, but at the same time, you're up 4-0, so you know you're doing your job. Looks like Blimpo's probably going to have this one. He's just dancing around in base, waiting for some cover. A nice falling combo. He may actually pass this flag. He's just completely surrounded. Not a bad move, baiting them to return that one. Would have allowed him to maybe try to grab that flag when they're out of position. Actually, what had happened, it let Razor pick up the flag with 100 armor. Now he's going to be out in mid. He can piston his way all the way back into his base. Blimpo gets a couple cover kills. There's not going to be a whole lot Blue can do about this. So actually messed up that jump, but he still has a pretty good amount of armor left. He's going to get back in his shock. And once again, he can piston straight back to the stand from here. We've seen it every time. Ooh, a nice grab by Hector. Sneaks right in, but all by himself. He's going to go down in a hurry, and that will be your 5th cap. Looks like this is going to go the same way as Pistola, so just about the last quarter of this map remaining. Shot Caller is going to take this match and move on to the semifinals. I'm not sure if they know yet which winner is going to play play who. Basically going to have one group winner playing one of these first playoff game winners. It's Team Gay and Team Necro, I believe, and then you're going to have Shot Callers. Oh, Zio's trying to get the telefrag there. I wanted to see a telefrag. We haven't seen a telefrag yet today. We've seen people get telefragged, but nobody, I don't think from our perspective, any telefrag returns. There's another cap coming across for red. And I mean, it's pretty much academic at this point. Go ahead and give Beck some camera time here. I think he's mostly been playing just a pure cover role. I don't think he's had the flag in his hand very much this match. I think he's been playing cover in enemy base. So basically his job has been run into enemy base and distract as many people as possible. Just get as many kills as you can. And basically just be a pain in the ass. Red flag is moving now, but for how long? Look down to 14 health. Nice double back there. He doubled back, tried to juke the defense, covers himself. He still needs more health. It's another kill. I think right now he may just be toying with the defense. He is able to get a little bit more health, and he has a little bit of cover, but now down to 37 health, still not in a great position to do anything. Hector with the double kill now. Spawn right below him though, so he's got to get out of here quickly. He's got 50 armor, but it looks like he's not in a huge hurry to leave the base. There's his cover. In fact, do they have amp cover? They do, so this is the first threat that AA has put forth for offense since Camper Crossings, really. Some amp cover, multiple offensive players. He's going to walk right into a combo and see that get returned, however. This blue team just not pushing into mid. Not committing enough resources to really make any kind of offensive push. So trying to jump through there. It's body blocked. Nice cover, though, is going to get him through that 100 armor. It already came up earlier, so he's not going to be able to grab it. A couple more kills would get him in his front door, but Blue cuts him off, gets that return. Watch Flick. He's grabbing this flag now, but Chowie has so much health. Running with that minigun, not going to get very far. And red flag is not really the one we want to be watching. Not much is going to go on with that, so we'll watch blue base. Blimpo, Beck and Razor coming in, just trying to... I think what they're doing now is they're basically setting up Beck and Blimpo as just deathmatchers, just running into base and just disrupting and causing as much havoc as possible while Razor grabs the flag and just grabs and runs over and over and over. It can be very effective. That's essentially what Notorious would do. Oh, a nice return there by Titus, sneaking right in between 3 people. Beck with amp cover. Let's see if I can get on him with a camera. Only 7 health. So he'll be running with 19 health. Probably not going to get very far. You can expect a pickup being needed. Not going to happen. As I was saying, it's kind of interesting how they're specializing now, and I don't know if they're going to do that in the future or if that's just something to try to break this heavy defensive setup that we're seeing from AA here. But it can certainly be beneficial to have a designated flag grabber, because what it does is it sets those responsibilities. So for things like pickups and transition situations, you already know who's going to be designated grabbing that flag. In this case, it's going to be Razor coming back out low. He's going to go down. A nice pickup there by Beck. He does have some cover, so if they can push through this 100 armor, maybe looking good, being all kinds of bounced around by rockets, but see Red, what they're doing, they're focusing their fire, taking out one person at a time, doing a great job of choosing their targets. That's absolutely destroying Blue. I mean, that was just a bulldoze right there. Little flying V, completely pushing their way across the map, just out fragging them every step of the way. That's going to put them up by 7. That'll pretty much do it. 35 seconds left. I mean, the frag count
30 seconds left.
clearly heavily in the favor of shot callers, but you know, Arkham Asylum did take camper crossings from them, mostly some really, really clutch last-second returns to deny them a couple caps. Pistola was entirely one-sided, and I mean, really, you can see, really was entirely one-sided. I don't think AA really put forth much of a commitment to offense on here. I think it was, you know, pretty much all shot callers here. So there's your match. Shot callers winning in the tiebreaker game. They're going to move on to the semifinals, which we'll see next week. We're down to 4 teams. And, of course, the winners of those games will move on to the finals. It's a single elimination, so good games to AA. Their season is over, and our day is over. All of our European friends are probably eager to get to bed. I'm eager to get some food. So, thanks everyone for watching, and of course, as always, you can check the VOD is going to be showing these. We're editing these down to a match-by-match basis and uploading them at youtube.com/onx5dts. And of course, check out right here next Sunday afternoon, I believe is when these matches will be. If anything changes, I'll let you know. Thanks for watching, y'all, and I will see you next time.